Of news now. Well, we have so much lined up for you on our bulletin this afternoon. Remember, you can always interact with us on our social media handles indicated at the bottom of your screen. Now, with that said, my name is Dennis Otieno. I trust you're doing well. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, on to our top story this afternoon. Nearly half of the needy students who have attained the age of 18 in Khwisero constituency, Kakamega County, may miss out on higher education loans help due to lack of identity cards. Speaking in Khwisero, Area Member of Parliament Christopher Aseka urged the government to fast-track the process, saying over 50% of students who search for KCSE under CDF sponsorship are 18 and above and may be locked out on HELB loans. The 173,127 students of the 2022 KCSE class are expected to report in various universities. Now, the legislator also sounded a warning to students under CDF sponsorship who are engaging in indiscipline cases and teenage pregnancies, saying the risk being dropped once confirmed.
Na shida ya identity cards kwa watoto ambao wamefanya form 4 na hiyo itawafungia wengi sana kupata HELB loan. Next week we are petitioning the CS education to see what can be done, because as you can see, all these students are needy. We have about 172 of them transiting to different universities who are sponsored by this program. Half of them are one identity cards. So we cannot just shut the dreams of these innocent boys and girls just because of a process within government. Government must look for ways. We've been able to discontinue some of you, unfortunately, because of indiscipline. And I still say, and I've directed your principals, that any scholar on full scholarship from the same who is indisciplined in himself or herself should be removed from this program. I'm sorry to report, we've removed some of you from this program. And we'll do so if we sense and we are convinced that you are not able to change. And my girls, let me tell you one thing. 100 shillings cannot solve your problems. Some of you are lured into these relationships because of 100 bob. Then you suffer the entire life.
Meanwhile, Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza has supported the demand by the Azimio la Umoja leader Raila Odinga to have an unconditional dialogue between the government and the opposition and prioritize the interest of the common mwananchi. Speaking in Shirere Ward, Lurambi constituency, Baraza affirmed that opposition is not pushing for the Nusu Mkate government. Baraza was accompanied by Kakamega County Woman Representative Elsie Muhanda, together with other leaders who expressed high hopes in the talks that may bring forth cohesion and integration among communities in the country.
Na msimamo ambao baba ametoa ni ya kwamba tuwe na mazungumzo without conditions, and we must put all the cards on the table. Leo najua sasa wale ambao wamechaguliwa kwa yale mazungumzo, we have now agreed on the agenda. What we want ni gharama ya maisha kurudi chini. Baba is not interested in the handshake, kwa sababu sisi kama wanaazimio tunashughulikia haswa good governance na mambo ya gharama ya maisha kurudi chini.
Saa hii sisi tuna support ile maongezi yenye inaendelea. Sisi tunasema ya kwamba during campaigns sikuwa nasikia hiyo maneno mama maskini atoe milioni 2 ndio apate nomination. Hiyo tunaipelekea Raila Amolo barua atuambie ni nani walichukua hiyo pesa, warudishie wa mama maskini pesa yao. Hawezi chukua pesa. Mheshimiwa Gavana, wewe kama chairman wa ODM Kakamega County, anza auditing saa hii. Nafuatilia yule alilipa pesa shilingi milioni 2, aseme alilipa nani.
Vyama vyote vya Kenya, tafadhali muwe mnapeana priority kwa grassroots women.
Ni huyu mama yetu ambaye amelala hapa baada ya kuzunguka na chama kwa muda wa zaidi ya miaka 10, wakati ilifika nomination, iko watu walikaa mahali wakamuitisha milioni 2. Alafu sisi tunakuja hapa, tunashangilia, tunafurahia, tunapiga vuvuzela. Piga vuvuzela kwa sababu leo si wewe.
Now, Matatu owners are gearing up to establish their own drivers training school in a bid to reduce road accidents. The move, according to officials of the Matatu Owners Association, is meant to complement government efforts to reduce road carnage and ensure safety for road users. At the same time, the group led by the new Matatu Owners Association chairman Albert Karagasha said the suspended training of public service vehicle drivers by the National Transport and Safety Authority NTSA could not work out because stakeholders were not involved.
Kwenda mbele tunaonelea kuwa tutakuwa na shule ya kutrain madereva wa matatu, kwa sababu ukiangalia hatuna shule ya kutrain madereva wa matatu. Tukiweza kutrain madereva wa matatu, mambo ya ajali itarudi chini. Sisi tunasema kuwa tutakaa na waziri chini na tukubaliane kuwa, kwa sababu kuna monopoly authority ili ina control mambo ya bidhaa. So hatutakubali serikali ikuje ianze kusukuma watu mambo ya fare na vitu zinapanda juu. Ukienda kwa supermarket vitu zimepanda juu. Hakuna serikali inaingilia supermarket inasema vitu zikuwe controlled. So ile kitu nasema tutakaa na waziri chini tuone vile tutasaidiana.
I would like just to highlight on few issues in regards to maybe retraining of the drivers. It's a good motive, it's a good direction. But our biggest question is, do we have proper institutions and infrastructures to make sure that whatever that is proposed actually is well implemented? That is a question. Otherwise, we don't want decisions which are made haphazardly without actually looking at the repercussions. Okay, and with that, I think we demand proper engagement with all the owners. We don't want to be disregarded. We want collaboration, because I think that is what works, even in first world.
Meanwhile, Busia County Senator Okia Omtata has warned the national and county government against engaging in corruption in the newly launched Busia Industrial Park. Speaking at Nasewa during the launch of the industrial park, Trade Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria said the national government, in collaboration with county government of Busia, will work hand in hand to improve living conditions for the locals through the Busia County Industrial Park initiative. Now, Busia Governor Dr. Paul Otoma said more extension officers will be recruited to ensure farmers are given much needed information to ensure success of the park.
Shamba lazima ionekane imefanya kazi, kwa sababu saa zingine miradi kama hii inatumika kuibia wananchi. Huu mradi hautatumika kuibia wananchi kama mimi ni seneta na nikiendelea kuwa seneta wenu. Sitapigana na nyanguni kule nje Nairobi alafu hapa nyumbani niibiwe, hapa hapana. So kama wewe ni contractor umepewa kandarasi hii, tafadhali hakikisha kwamba unafanya kazi kulingana na vile inatakana.
Mazao yenu, pamba, sunflower, palm oil, sesame, hizo zote pamoja na mchele, kuliko zinapotelea kwa shamba, tunaweka viwanda hapa. Zingine zitakuwa ya serikali ya kaunti, ingine itakuwa ya serikali ya kitaifa, na mingi zaidi zitakuwa za wekezaji. Na hao wakulima wakileta mazao yao hapa, tutakuwa na ile tunaita contract farming. Ni kusema ya kwamba kila mtu katika kaunti ya Busia, awe mama, awe mzee, awe kijana, awe nani, directly or indirectly, atakuwa ameajiriwa kazi na hii mradi ambao tunaleta hapa Nasewa.
I want to assure you that I'm going to visit each ward kuona kwamba hii maneno tunazungumuza inafanyika, kwamba mbolea inadistributiwa, extension officers wanafanya kazi, mbegu zimedistributiwa, watu wanapanda. So muni expect nitakuwa kwa ward.
And still in the Western region, Vihiga County Governor Wilbur Otichilo has urged the Vihiga County business community to comply with the late tax obligations so as to foster development in the area. The governor's sentiments were echoed by Vihiga County Commissioner Gilbert Kitio, who has issued a warning to those evading taxes, saying that the national government will collaborate with the county government to prosecute business owners who evade taxes. With the automation of revenue collection, the county aims to collect at least 500 million shillings as revenue in the current financial year.
See very little share of the shareable revenue, and as a result of that, most of that revenue goes to salaries and operations. So we need to collect our own revenue. I'm happy to note that we have already automated our revenue collection system and is already working, and we look forward to improving our revenue collection. Our target is that we should collect at least 500 million, and the prospects are there for us to collect up to 800 million. So I want to take this opportunity to plead with our people in this county. Let us pay tax.
People must pay taxes and levies. Na wale wanavuja, action must be taken on them. Because it is only collecting taxes that the government, either county or national, can do a lot of other things. Kwa hivyo wananchi, hata tukiona tusiwache hivyo, we need to report in good time. Mheshimiwa, sisi tutakusaidia. Tutakuwa tunaangalia pia kama kuna mambo ya ushuru ikae mzuri, tutakusaidia.
Elsewhere, hundreds of youth in KIAMBU County have embarked on innovation and creativity in a bid to reclaim the lost glory of the young generation who have been ruined into drugs and substance abuse and addiction from illicit brews after their studies. The youth in KIAMBU marked the International Day of Youth under the theme Innovation for Peace by showcasing their innovation and talents at the county headquarters office. The event that was graced by the KIAMBU County Governor Kimani Wamatangi, who is committed to ensure the young generation realize their potential.
Niwapatie assurance kama governor, our young people from KIAMBU County, that I may have physically, I may have age-wise moved on and left that bracket of the youth. But my mind, my intention, my plan, my faith and belief in what our young people should achieve is still with you in that bracket. I've not left it. And I want to assure you that when I have a conversation with my minister and those that are in that department on matters that concern you, I pay attention. And I make sure that if there is anything that I'm supposed to do, I do it. And I've been seeing very amazing things. And I want you to know that our plans are with you, the young people.
Now, Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu has urged the Kuria community to shun female genital mutilation and instead champion for the education of the girl child. According to Machogu, the community can only achieve meaningful development if the girl child is educated. He said education is the only equalizer that will put the Kuria girls at par with the rest of the girls in Kenya and the world at large. Machogu was addressing parents, teachers and education stakeholders at Kuihio Mixed Secondary School during Education Day for Kuria Region.
Hii mambo ya FGM ngari kwa dunia hii. Naro amanganaji. Abane watebele naro, abane watebele tai. Hiyo mambo iko hata siku hizi. Unajua hiyo ikiwa hapa kwetu kweli, kwa sababu mimi ni wa hapa, hiyo itakuwa aibu. Kwa sababu wataalamu wa sayansi wameona hiyo kitu ikifanyika vile na duru binadamu. Vile nalete maafa, vile nalete tabu, na haina sababu yoyote. Sasa hatuwezi shughulikia na kuendelea kufanya kitu ambaye haina faida kwetu, ambaye kweli wataalamu wa sayansi, madaktari wameonyesha ya kwamba ni kitu inaleta maafa, ni kitu inaleta taabu kwetu. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni tabia ambaye kama iko pahali moja mbili inahitaji ize katika sehemu yetu hii. Mimi mwisho nataka kuhakikishia leo tumeweka foundation stone hapa, si ndio? Na nimeelezwa na mheshimiwa na niambia ataongeza pesa kutoka ile tulitoa milioni 10, na mimi kwa sababu niko hapa leo kuna mashule ambaye mheshimiwa nakuja anajua alinipatia, nilikuja na pesa yake mashule mawili lakini
so tuko kwa shule na kuna mashule mengi ziko hapa, na kukuja hapa kwetu ni mambo ya maendeleo ili tuendeleshe mambo ya elimu ya watoto wetu, na hakuna kitu muhimu unaweza patia mtoto zaidi ya elimu. So ningeomba wazazi.
The second phase of the implementation of the GALANA KULALU food security project is expected to be ready in December this year. According to the Water, Sanitation and Irrigation Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome, the project is currently 97% complete. Now, the target is to have 20,000 acres put under irrigation after the construction of the GALANA Dam. The CS noted that the endeavor will not only enhance food security, but also increase beneficiary income and promote industrial crop cultivation through manufacturing.
The 495 acres they are doing on maize at different stages. I think in the next maybe 6 weeks, we will be harvesting actually different farms of the 495 acres. And therefore, it's something we want them to spread to the 10,000. They are going to take, Twiga will take 20,000 acres. We do have enough water. We have done our estimates. We have enough water to irrigate 10,000 acres here. We need an answer to food security. And of course, you know where we are on the price of unga. By the time Peter gives me 10,000 acres here of maize, I think the price of unga will start feeling the heat so that it will be going down. And from here, we are going to move to other places.
Yes, so the pilot runs for 3.5 months, 1 or 5 days. The first planting is 73 days old. We'll start harvesting mid-September. Not a while from where we are now. But we'll complete the final harvesting by end of September, first week of October, thereabout. So by October end, we'll have the results of the trials, speaking about all these 3 different situations of factors production that I've talked about. And at the end, we'll now have what we call a final standard production blueprint, which will then roll and implement across the 10, 20, 30, 40,000 acres that will take over as we progress.
Now, health officials have raised an alarm over increased cases of dysentery, typhoid and other waterborne diseases in the expansive MWEA irrigation scheme. During a free medical clinic, during a free medical clinic organized by Kenyatta National Hospital Annex at Ngurubani Primary School, doctors registered a higher number of patients suffering from waterborne diseases. Dr. Rebecca Mutisia, the director in charge of clinical and nursing services at Kenyatta National Hospital in Othaya, said this is attributed to the consumption of contaminated water.
Shida ile tuko nazo hapa MWEA ni shida ya maji. Maji yetu ni iko na uchafu sababu ya shida ya irrigation, MWEA irrigation bond. Ile mashamba tunalima ya mchere kuna maji machafu. Watu wanakunywa, wanagojeka, mambo ya dysentery, ugonjwa wa dysentery. Alafu kwa sababu maji si masafi, hiyo kuna kuanga na shinda. Hata wadudu. Iko wadudu kama tapeworm, watu wakinywa, hata wakinywa anagojeka. Sasa tunasema ni asanti sababu leo tutasaidika. Wakati mwingine tunapata, wakati mwingine tunaambia tukanunue. Na kuna shida ya pesa, sasa unaona mtu anaenda anatibiwa, anaambiwa aende akanunue dawa na anakosa pesa. Baridi ya maji, ukiingia kwa shamba, watu wanagojeka mambo ya baridi. Watu wanakuwa na shida ya migongo, miguu kwa sababu ya baridi.
Meanwhile, stakeholders in the education sector have been advised to prepare adequately ahead of the triple transitions in the new competency-based curriculum. The Kenya Secondary Schools Heads Association KESHA chairman Robinson Matara noted that the transitions from grade 6 junior and senior schools called for education infrastructure provision to be shouldered by parents due to the financial constraints. Further, he called on the government to step in as principals claim they are facing tough times sustaining students in schools owing to the high cost of living.
The next 2 years, 2026, we shall be having the students transiting from junior secondary or junior school to senior school. And this is where we are going to have education pathways, the pathways that will prepare these learners to take their various careers depending on their ability. So as a school, you need to prepare for that transition so that you put up enough infrastructure. And therefore, this calls for parents, the leadership, the political leadership in this area, and everyone else to support these schools so that it can prepare proper infrastructure that will enable it over those pathways, the 3 pathways that will be there. Inflation has hit our schools in a very, very bad way. Because if you look at the price of food, it has escalated to abnormal ranges. Like a sack of maize that we used to buy, a bag of maize that we used to buy at 3,800 up to 4,000, it is now costing at 7,500. Everything has gone up. And the worst part of it is that the fee has not been increased. It is still that same fee. We have done the budgets. We have not increased this fee. So it is a serious problem, particularly to our principals.